Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Professor Leung, for the kind introduction. Now, my presentation today is slightly different to the other guests because my focus is on biomedical engineering technology. Our company, Greater Bay Biotechnology, is a company supported by or founded by researchers from City University and supported by the Hong Kong government's ITF and also by Science Park as well. So, as I mentioned, we're a young company. We were founded in 2021 in June. When I first found the company, there were only two people, myself and Dr. Su Chenjie, who's an associate professor in biomedical engineering at City U. He's also a postdoc from Harvard University Medical School, and also a 1,000 talent person from China. So I myself, over 20 years of investment banking, and also a fellow of the Hong Kong CPA. So we have a business person and a biomedical engineer founding this company at City U. And then as we grew, we brought in a few more PhDs from City U, Dr. Zhang, and two PhD students from City U. And more recently, we support Hong Kong government's talent attraction policy, 搶人才. And then we begin to attract talent external to Hong Kong, such as we brought in a researcher from Oxford, pharmacology background, and we helped him successfully apply to PhD program at City U. We brought in a researcher from Imperial College, biology, and brought her in to study at City U to join our team as well. So we are fully supportive of attracting talent. We also have an experienced team of advisors. Mr. James in the podium here today, he's my father and also ex-vice president of City U. And we also have other talented researchers from Hong Kong and from mainland as well. President Xi Jinping, back in 2008, visited City U's Biotechnology Center. And Mr. James represented City U in greeting and introducing Hong Kong's technology to President Xi. Now, in terms of how we contribute to Hong Kong, we work in line with the government's policy and direction to develop Hong Kong into an international technology innovation center, which is also in line with what the central government is poised to do. Now, we spoke a lot about technology, but for technology to really be able to become something useful, it needs to be combined with the economy. And so we take a lot of, we look at a lot of successful case study. And the example that I often look at is Professor Yuen Long Ping, the late Professor Yuen Long Ping, who is also a biomedical engineer, but more in the agricultural field, through his lab and translating his results on the crops side, through genetically modifying crops. He basically lifted millions of people out of hunger and poverty. And this is, he's really a person that we really looked at, and we hope to use our technology to contribute to society. So our goal is to build out our brand in terms of transdermal drug and cell delivery, and also in anti-aging. And we aim to list in Hong Kong in 5 to 7 years, and also to contribute to the community. I've shared that in terms of our business, we were in transdermal drug delivery. So one of the business lines is in treating diabetes using our innovative insulin-powered microneedles. And we're also in anti-aging and skincare business. And also, we also provide research advisory. So the media has reported a lot on our cryo microneedles technology. It has multiple applications, from treating cancer to treating diabetes, delivering insulin to treat diabetes, and also in skin regeneration and anti-aging as well. Over the past year and a half, we have built and connected with industry, both in Hong Kong and in the wider GBA as well. because that is what is needed in order to succeed in this business. Our head office is in Hong Kong, but we have set up a subsidiary with Tsinghua Research Institute in Guangzhou, and we have built formed partnerships, for example, with Guangzhou Pharmaceutical. We're using the lab in Guangzhou to carry out some of our animal experiment for pharmaceutical products. So as I mentioned, we are very fortunate and grateful to the government, to CityU, who has invested in us in their angel fund, and to HKSTP as well. Now, in terms of what we do, basically, if we compare to traditional hypodermic needle, our microneedle is only less than 2 millimeters, so it's minimally invasive and painless. If we look at the whole world in terms of microneedles technology, the first generation microneedle dated back to the first patent in US in 1970s. We are not in that business, but what we do is second generation and third generation microneedle. Second generation microneedle, we use it for cosmetic and can deliver small molecule drug. But what it is unable to do is to deliver large molecule or innovative drug, such as cells, mRNA, etc. That is our innovation, which is the world's first cryo microneedle capable of delivering living cells as well as large molecular drug. So someone asked about patent just then. The patent is actually held by CityU, but we as a company incubated and supported by CityU, we have arranged licensing from CityU. Our research has been published in leading academic journals, Nature Biomedical Engineering, back in 2021. And basically, our cells and drug is at the tips of the microneedle, and through our skin can be successfully delivered into our body. Now, some people may ask, so what's the advantage of using your microneedle? When we do our proof of concept in terms of application in treating melanoma, we have compared traditional subcutaneous injection and intravenous injection, and also delivering immune cells through our cryo microneedle. Now, the result is that even though the type of immune cells, the dendritic cell, is exactly the same, but through delivery of our system, the tumor is much smaller. So, but in terms of industrialization, we are focusing on treating insulin, because in China, we have the most number of diabetic patients in the world, and it's a big market. We can avoid a lot of the pain that is associated with insulin injection. We will also be delivering or researching on a mobile low temperature freezing medical device as well. I spoke about our anti-aging and skincare product line. We have products that are already being sold in Hong Kong, the NMN products, and also some anti-aging, anti-wrinkles type of products, which we'll be selling in a few months' time in Hong Kong. Now, I spoke a lot about technology, but over the past 18 months, we have carried out a lot of market work. We've essentially participated in innovation and entrepreneurship competition in China, and very fortunately have won awards across China's north, south, east, west, and central regions, as well as in Hong Kong, such as CityU's Hong Kong Tech 300 Angel Fund. This is 创客中国. In Hong Kong, we were second runner-up, and then China Internet Plus Silver Prize. We represented Hong Kong in Beijing Hong Kong Innovation Competition, second prize, third prize in Sichuan Chengdu, third prize in Hunan Changsha, and then we are one of the top 50 innovative biotech company in the GBA. We are awarded the Light of Innovation from the central government, and we are the only enterprise in Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan to win this award. We won a silver prize in the Geneva International Exhibition of Inventions. We're selected by Hong Kong government. And then other Hong Kong government, HKTDC, etc., nominated us to represent them in the mainland. We recently picked up the first prize entrepreneurship in the Hong Kong University Student Innovation Competition, some media reports, and also our appearance in television, in TVB, and in mainland China, and our contribution to society. So this is my sharing today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. May I invite our session moderator, Professor Leung, to host the Q&A session.
Thank you very much, Colin, for a very interesting presentation.
Thank you.
The floor is open to questions. Don't be so quiet. Any question on biotech, please? Okay. Can you pass the mic to him? On the first row.
As you are the founder of your company, I have very interesting some practical questions. As you mentioned before, you have a high caliber team from which is a high caliber and high education staff in your startup time. So how you can overcome the remuneration of your team?
How can I overcome, sorry?
Remunerations, such as the wages,
Oh, all right, all right.
salary.
Actually, we are very grateful and fortunate that the government has provided a lot of support schemes. For example, the ITF have provided a STEM internship schemes where governments actually supported and subsidized STEM students in Hong Kong to work in our company. So this is an example. And as we join incubation program, for example, with the Hong Kong Science Park, they provide us with other support to recruit R&D staff as well. Thanks.
Thank you.
Can you repeat the question so that everybody can hear?
Are you getting enough research institutes providing you with feed, research material in order to bring about more commercializations of products?
We get a lot of interest from both research institute and also from industry as well. But at the same time, I think one of the things that we suggest to the Hong Kong government is that even though the Hong Kong government has an aim to develop the biomedical industry in Hong Kong, but currently the regulations prohibits a lot of the pharmaceutical ingredients being entered into Hong Kong, especially those pharmaceutical ingredients if they originate from China. So one of my suggestions is if Hong Kong really wants to build this up in terms of the industry, then it can look in that area. But as I showed in one of my slides, we have actually connected with a lot of the industry players and major pharmaceutical companies in China in this regard.
Okay, one last question, please.
Does your technology have applications for CGM, continuous glucose monitoring?
All right, that's a very good question. CT or CGM, continuous glucose monitoring, is in terms of measuring the blood glucose level. That's on the diagnostic side of diabetes. What we do is not the diagnostic side, it's the treatment side, but we work hand in hand. So I anticipate we would be working in collaboration with CGM manufacturers such as Abbott or such as Lee Pharmaceutical or others, because they are measuring the blood glucose level, whereas we are delivering the insulin that treats diabetes.
Okay, thanks
Thank
very
you.
much for
Thank you.
very interesting presentation.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you,
Colin.
thank you.
Give him a big hand.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Leung and Mr.